Okay, everybody. Bringing two platoons. The main platoon, Elite Darkstorm, Omega Nova in the first squad. Second squad is Elite Prophet. Third squad is a Cerberus. And then the fourth squad is 5 Escorts with Dumbfire. So bring a second squad as well. Bring some extra Cerbs in squad 1 and squad 2. Um, some additional escorts in squads of 3, because you're going to have a total of 8 escorts uh, going with the rest of the platoon that kills the hive. So first thing I'll show you is how to set these up with the smart keys. I go ahead and launch attack. The screen's going to be off a little bit here. I'm trying to get a better resolution for you guys. So I'll first deploy all 3 of my Cerbs, get them selected, and I'll assign them doing Shift 3. That means they're on my shortcut key, number 3. I'll deploy my Darkstorm and Nova. My Darkstorm I do on shortcut key 4. Nova I'll do shortcut 2. And just roll these up a little bit. Put them on defense. The Cerb over here at an angle a little bit. Then we'll deploy the Elite Prophet also over here at a little bit of an angle. And the trick is to be sure that the Darkstorm has its aura completely around the hive, and then you put them on defense. And then the Nova goes in right behind the Darkstorm, also on defense. Bring the Prophet up a little bit again, a little bit more, and then the Cerberus. Try to get the right angle. That's important for him not dying. Bring him a little bit over to the left, and then actually target him with the Cerb. You'll see the Cerb drones come out. Might have been a little bit too far over to the left. So now I'm going to bring in the Prophet and target at the right angle the hive, which will help me take out pretty much the entire base, entire front part of the base. Key is getting the right angle. That way you can get the heavy platforms in about 2 or 3 hits. Sometimes it's a little challenging to get the right angle. Just be sure that you pay attention to the angle. So I first take out the hunter, or not the hunter, the railgun, and then I go over and angle in a way that I can hopefully take out the Overwatch. Looks like I might be taking some damage to the Cerb again. Oh, cool. That just took 1 hit for the Overwatch. That's going to save me some time. And then once then I'll angle, get over to the right side of the hive and target in a way that will allow me to get the tower and the hunter. The hunter heavy is important to get because later on, if it's still there, it's going to kill your escorts. So at this point, oh good, that was 1 hit. That was awesome. So I'm going to go over here to the left and do the same to get rid of the flak gun and the tower over on the right side of the base. Hopefully, I'll be just at the right angle where it's going to, well, this is going to take probably 3 or 4 hits. It's not stellar, but it'll do. So making pretty good time. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer depending on the angle to take out the base, but once you do, have the base completely, that whole front area anyway, completely gone, I go ahead and I retreat the Prophet and I bring in the Escorts. And the Escorts I put all on hotkey number 1. I also normally have the Prophet on hotkey number 1. So now we're going to roll up the Dark Storm, get that aura back around the Hive again, bringing the Nova in closely behind as before. And we're going to bait the Hive out again with the Cerberus. And then at that point, we're going to target the Hive with the Escorts, put the Cerberus and Dark Storm, keep them on defend. So yeah, again, here, move these Escorts over here a little bit, take out some of these drones. Those drones are a bit annoying. They will distract the Cerberus drones if you're not careful, and that could kind of hinder the... There we go. So it's baited. I'm going to select the Escorts. I'm going to target the Hive. Dark Storm is on defense. Nova is on defense. Cerberus is on defense. And at this point, ladies and gents, grab the popcorn and just enjoy the show. It'll take a while. The Hive eventually will retreat. Just don't do anything with the Escorts. Just let them do their thing. Once they move up a little bit, you'll move the Dark Storm and the Nova up, just to help with protecting the Escorts. I don't know where I'm getting damage on those Escorts. That's not normal. And then once the Dark Storm and Nova are up here, I go ahead and back out the Cerberus a little bit and behind, because typically the drones, when they do come, they will head towards the Cerberus, and that'll be something that you won't want to. That'll be something that helps give the Nova and Dark Storm enough time to kill. That Dark Storm is a little bit off center, so I just recentered him. I don't think it really matters a whole lot, but I don't know what in the world damaged my Escorts. A little displeased with that. That means it's going to be a little bit more than 5-minute repair time probably if I leave them all in the same platoon, but that's okay. It's still a pretty decent way to kill this base, and since you have to kill quite a few of them, I'm now at the 1 part per base. I think I have 7 or 8 more bases to go to get all 40 of my elite parts. Hopefully this helps you guys too. But this takes quite a while. That Hive will literally just stay there, or it'll go back and forth and back and forth. And even though the health line on the unit itself will go down to a sliver of almost nothing, the actual bar in the corpus base bar up top, that's actually the one that you'll watch, and that will be going quite a bit. It'll go down, dwindle down quite a bit. But you can see there's plenty of time still left on the base. We'll probably finish with 3 or 4 minutes to spare. But there's still quite a bit of red health on that Hive at this point. So those shortcut keys, I don't know how many people out there actually use the shortcut keys, but for me, they're really helpful. Uh, that way I can quickly grab whichever squad that I want to, or whichever grouping of units that I want to either put them back on defense, or stand, or move them from one spot to another. I have found it very helpful once I started using them. So then, whichever shortcut key you assign doesn't really matter. I just use those because that's typically the way that I shortcut stuff. My baiting units, I normally use 3, unless I'm using a caretaker. 4, for some reason, I've always used the Dark Storm. So, as you can see, still a little red dot on the health of the unit, but there's still a pretty good amount of red on the bar up at the top, which you can't see. I can only do part of my screen in this area because, again, my first video I did, the resolution wasn't all that great, and I figured it's probably because of my screen. Alexa, cancel reminder. We're getting pretty closer. I was off on the time, I guess. We have much less than 3 or 4 minutes. We have 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Not sure why it's taken longer this time. But anyway, still plenty of time. There might be a minute or so left once it's completely dead. See, it only takes damage when it's stopped right in the middle of that corpus icon circle there. So now it's taking damage. Now it moved. So right now it's not taking damage because it's moving too quick for the escort dumbfire. Then as it sits in that circle, boom, more damage. So there's about 1.5, 2 shots from the escorts each time it hits that spot there. Again, it takes a while, but it's a lot quicker to do it this way with little to no repair time than it is to just kill all your stuff and have to coin or wait for repairs. This way, for me, doing little to no repair helps me get the parts a lot quicker. And there we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this one part. I'll retreat my platoons and show you what the damage was. Again, I took a little bit more than I wanted to on those escorts, and I still not quite sure why that is. But we'll see here. It'll take a minute for me to load up and show you. What the damage is. Okay, so repair time on the mainly the escorts. The Cerberus might. Well, the Nova got a little bit of damage too, but yeah, a little bit on the escorts. Save, and then on the second platoon, you'll